Good morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Nürburgring, and welcome to pretty special type of video, because usually when we talk about the last day of TF, the last day of public sessions Nürburgring, when we do the last lap, although it is a sad note, but overall we finish on a very positive note. However, this time, the last day of TF was simply the worst possible day in comparison to all the previous ones when we have all joyful experiences. And I don't want to be nagging, but I just want to share my experience with you like I do with you all the time, whether it's good or bad, in real way. So it is just sharing the way things are. And on top, because the day was pretty hectic, this video is being presented in such a way that I'm doing narration and showing you what has happened. So the day started actually, again, on a pretty sad note, because on Saturday, the day before, we started with a 24-hour EcoGP race. And at 9 o'clock in the evening, just like during the big 24-hour race earlier this year, a red flag came on because it was foggy. So although I was supposed to drive the night stint, like with the big 24-hour race, I couldn't do it. And around 10 o'clock, the team told me that soon maybe I will have to drive. But I also realized, hey, we should go get some pancakes, because those are going to be the last pancakes of the year. And actually that brightened up the day a lot. So the start of the day was actually quite good. Okay, although I had a pretty sad start of the morning, as explained to you previously, everything turned so positive because the team of Devil's Diner just gave me a box full of pancakes. Let me quickly show it to you. 70 pieces of pancakes. This set should probably be enough for a winter, but I think maybe enough for a week or so. That's amazing. And that's it. The last pancakes of the year. After having picked up the pancakes for the team and myself, it was time to go to very foggy EcoGP, because it was time for me to drive my stint. Fast forward to a very foggy GP track. Cannot see anything, and the race control just announced that they're not gonna restart before 10:30. So we have our Ford Germany van here, because it functions as a micro hotel with heater inside. Pretty well engineered. Full hotbox mode. So 30 minutes of safety car, yeah.
And that time we can charge up to 65%.
Mm-hmm.
Then it would be best if you go down to 25.
Okay.
Or around about 2 hours, something like that.
Okay.
And then we could just do a sort of splash and dash for Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Like under a half an hour charge. And then he could take it from 39 to 1%.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the end of the race then.
Okay.
Then you would have like sort of similar stint times, which would be cool. And then, I think that would be a strategy. Other thing would be, if the safety car goes in after 10 minutes, I would say just go. Then your stint can be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So let's look after that. Maybe you're already at like, I don't know, 10 past 10 or something. Yeah. But then 10:30 latest, I would.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. Time to get in the car. We'll be wearing gloves, not because it is a race car. Anything can be a race car if you believe in it, but because we're actually running no heating to preserve the battery charge. And everybody's getting pretty cold in the car. So yeah, let's put those on. I'll be driving for roughly 2 hours. We're currently at about 60% state of charge. We're gonna drop it towards like 20, then do a quick splash and dash. Then I believe Paul is going out, right? Yeah. And Frank, are you finishing the last stint, or?
No, it's Paul finishing.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Nice. Well, let's go. Hope for the best. I gotta say that my drive went pretty well, and it was also very interesting to see that at the beginning I tried to take it very easy, to not go above 70 kilometers per hour on average, and my average consumption would be 19.6 kilowatt. When I increased the speed towards roughly 90 kilometers per hour, it even dropped to 19.2. And later, in my last half an hour to 40 minutes, I start pushing even further, reaching the speeds of almost 110 kilometers per hour and maintaining highest possible speeds through the corner. the average consumption raised only slightly towards 19.4. Some of you might find it interesting that actually it is more efficient to drive 90 over 60 kilometers per hour. It has to do probably a lot with acceleration and keeping the average speed, etc., etc. But long story short, it was a very good drive, and we are on our way to get our podium. So what's our predictions?
So right now I think we're in second position. Let's see. Yeah, we're second position.
Yeah.
Some other guys are stopping still. We expect everyone still to need one pit stop on until the finish. We just crossed 100 laps, 103.
Yeah.
And right now we think from the calculation that we need around 20 minutes of charge.
Okay.
And then we can do it until the end.
Okay. Well, let's hope for the best.
Yes.
P2 currently.
How was your stint?
Good. Really good.
It's more challenging than it looks, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Like, Pancakes.
Yeah. My duties at EcoGP were over, so I rushed back to Apex to get in the M5 together with Pancake because I wanted to do the very first lap with my E34 M5 and also make it the very last lap of the season. No, you're not the driver. Get in there. There. Up. Come. Up on the seat. Go. And there. Good. You good? Want a toy? Stop turning on the hazard lights. Don't touch this button. Good morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a very special video. Very special lap. Great. Well, maybe some other time then. Fantastic. This is amazing. So we have 1 hour left till the track closes, and they closed the track. So maybe we will not be able to do any last lap of the year. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Great. What the fuck happened now? It just died on me. Perfect. Okay, well, I guess that's it. We tried. Hello. Hello. Let's push it on the parking, probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's too warm.
Maybe. Yeah, just do the parking. Maybe it's good that they closed the track then. Yeah, just do the parking. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know what happened. The car died, and as we started pushing it, it started smoking, probably something from electrical burnt. To be honest, at this point, I was so frustrated that I just left the car. We picked it up later, and today I actually brought it to Team Shermer because they're gonna have a look at it, tell me what they can do also with kinematics. Bye. So this will follow up later, but at this point I'm kind of done. I need to take rest with it. But in any case, going back to the actual day, I did not give up hope yet because although M5 was out of action, I'm so fortunate enough to, well, have access to these cars, but I also have the Polestar 2. So I grabbed Pancake, put her in Polestar 2 and went to the track. That's it, Pancake. No more laps this year. So a quick fast forward. I was hoping to do last lap of the year, and we don't think it's going to happen because we just called the marshal office to see if it's going to open up. The track is supposed to be open for another 20 minutes, and they say 95% it will not happen. So I'm not going to sit around and wait because also in 10 minutes it's a award ceremony for the EcoGP. So it's quite unfortunate that I won't be able to do any lap here, not with the M5, not with the Polestar. Yeah, it's a kind of it's a very sad ending of the year. I'm not going to lie, like very sad ending. On the other hand, we have a P3 for on the EcoGP, so I guess there is that. Right, so let's go there, and I guess I'll talk you through some other time about this season, maybe in tomorrow's video or something, or in the video after that. But yeah, this is what it is. And yeah, unfortunately, even the drive with Polestar 2 did not happen. So no last lap of the year for me. Of course, at some point, like on a Saturday, I did the last lap, but I really wanted to make a video with you guys to talk about the experiences. And I will still do it, but then in another type of way, and it kind of frustrated me. But hey, we could still finish the day on a very positive note because our car finished in P3 in the 24-hour race, the Eco Grand Prix, the Polestar 2. So I went to the guys, to the team, to the GP track to join them for the award ceremony. And what happened then? Well, I would like to get George involved and talk with you about our very unique experience. Right, the Eco Grand Prix 24-hour race. Let's start with the good things, because the beginning of the event was actually quite cool. The laps that we did, the laps that you did, the night stint, so to say. Yep. It was quite fun. You had lots of fun from what you told me, the way that you had to drive the car in interesting conditions.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've obviously never competed before, let alone ever do I drive on TF is closed when it's foggy, and yeah, so it was a challenge, that's for sure. It was great fun because, yeah, we'll get into more details, I'm sure. But
yeah, exactly. It was the different type of way of driving the car to make sure that you're as efficient as possible, and also the tricky conditions.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, the race was red flagged overnight, so again, like the big 24-hour race, I didn't get to do my night stint. But later on during the day, I was able to do so. After I done it, I went home because I tried to do TF later on, and then Paul got in the car and he finished the stint.
Yep.
And then later on, we went for the award ceremony because the car crossed the finish line while being in the third place.
Yep.
And we calculated the drive so precise, or actually Frank from Polestar did his laptop work, that we would actually done like like it was the ultimate race scenario. That's how the professional race teams even do it, like you know. And in all the racing, and including the regulations that we have read from the 24 hours, the Eco Grand Prix, it said that the results matter after the end of 24 hours is based on the amount of laps that you've driven, and basically once you cross the checkered flag, that is your final result.
Once the timer is stopped and you cross the checkered flag, that is the final result. Yeah, it's just normal race regulations. That's what you'd expect from every championship ever. Exactly,
and you could see similar things, for example, in Le Mans 24, when the car would stop right before checkered flag, and then, well, as long as it doesn't cross it, it doesn't count.
Yep.
But in our case, we crossed the checkered flag and then ran out of battery, and I think Lance picked up the car.
Yeah, Lance picked us up, brought us back to box.
Yeah, exactly, and brought back to the box. Now, following that, the race finished at 8 minutes past 3, or at 3 o'clock. The award ceremony was scheduled at 4 o'clock. Later on, it was moved to 5 o'clock. And between those 2 hours, no one spoke with us about anything. No one reached out to us. So we just assumed, okay, we have third place.
Well, the official standings came through.
That's more importantly, the official standings.
Official standings saying third place, and then timer stopped. The paper came out after that, which was the official result, and it says third place.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, cool, we have third place, amazing, our first entry, something cool. We didn't celebrate, but we're quite proud and happy with the result. And then the actual award ceremony came, and they announced the first place, the second place, and the third place was another team, the Hyundai, that was actually the fourth place. To which we asked them, like, what has happened? Why are we not in the third place? We are in third place. And we were simply ignored.
Quite frankly, ignored, yeah.
Ignored to an extent that the main organizer was actually actively running away from us.
Literally
running
away from us.
Yeah.
Like, you can't put it any more plain to that,
We spoke with the timekeeping, to which timekeeping said, like, what kind of nonsense is this? Because regulations say actually that what we just mentioned to you. And actually the following day, the head of timekeeping gave us the timing board that we have actually here. So let us show it to you. He said, even if you don't have the cup, you can keep the timekeeping thing, the what's it called, the board that is attached to your car and is ever since has not been altered with. Yeah, so it's basically the P3 sign that you put on your windshield.
Does it still say a team number on the back, 17? It should do, right?
Yeah, here it is. Here, W. here.
17, there you go. 17,
yeah,
car 17.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. So this is...
And on the back as well, it should say somewhere. Yeah, wherever it was, there was another sticker somewhere.
Yeah, so we had, again, the car crossed the finish line with being P3, and now we have this as a memory because we didn't have the cup.
And also the video of the Polestar very slowly coming across the line towards me as I was on the other side of the checkered flag to show the P3 in the window. So
exactly. So this all happened. We were completely ignored by the team, by the organization, by the officials. And honestly, I have been in the motorsport for over a decade now. Different competitions, time attack in Netherlands, in Germany, in Australia, in Russia, now here at the Nürburgring. And I've never seen such an unprofessional level of organization where organizer just like does not want to explain to you what has happened and just actively runs away.
Now, officially it was a dispute.
It was a dispute because we were seeing what is this? Because again, in the regulations it says one thing, and now cherry on the top, because we can continue showing our frustration. Cherry on the top, 30 hours later, today on Tuesday, we finally got a reply from them by email after Polestar has submitted big question mark like, hey guys, what is this? We reply, here are regulations, and it says that here an amount of penalties, and you can get a penalty for being stuck on the track without battery. Now, a funny story, these penalties were not in the regulations when we applied for the race and before the race was started.
And to top it off, it's now in the German regulations,
and
but
not in the English ones.
Regulations.
So did the organization decide, how can we actually save our asses? Let us type up a new regulations and insert there that if you come standing still without the battery, you're gonna get a 2-lap penalty. So the car number 4, which according to the rumors are a main sponsor of the event, can be pushed to number 3. So I have no words for it. I am quite frustrated. At the end of the day, it's not about a 10 euro plastic cup. It's not about the third place. When we win the P1 with the Cupra, you know, we're like, okay, cool, we have fun.
Yeah, of course, it's the principle.
It's the principle of just being neglected, and I don't know.
It's the principle as well of this. They want to push this Eco GP forward.
Yeah,
they're not just doing. It's not a track day with a trophy at the end. They're pushing this event to become more recognised and to be seen by more people. But then they go and act like children, where they don't want to stick to their own regulations.
Yeah.
They want to ignore the contestants. We're not competing for the championship. This was one race for us. It doesn't make a difference on the standings. So all these points, everything that's been said, and it's literally for what? It's just stupid. Like they've made themselves look stupid. They've made a mockery of their own championship out of just one thing, when they could have just done it professionally like every other race series. And
even honestly, even if there were some rules or based or something, they could have, on the day of itself, after the race, they could have come to us like, guys, great performance, but you get penalty, we're sorry, these are the rules. But not 30 hours later, come and go and change regulations, come on.
Especially when they say, mentioned in the driver's briefing, which it wasn't mentioned in the driver's briefing, and also then the regulations contradicting themselves. Now, I mean, for me, again, it's the principle. I don't care about taking a plastic trophy home. First competition I've ever participated in that's kind of a strange competition to, like, you know, as motorsport would go. Yeah. But it was, like I say, it was fun, etc. But I mean, come on, just if you're
like, I'm gonna just like kind of summarize it here because we've been talking already for quite so long. We had big plans with this competition because it's not only at the Nürburgring, it's Europe-wide. We wanted to have like a factory race team with Polestar and maybe even have 2 cars, because Robert said like, oh, are you competing with this? I want to do it with my own Polestar. We really wanted to go ahead, but after experiencing this lowest possible level of organization ever witnessed in my life, no way will I personally ever want to have anything to do with this organization ever. But luckily there is GLP.
There is that.
So we can do the EV GLP
Which
next year.
We know firsthand is organised correctly. So
Yeah, because we had already multiple experience with the RCN. It's the same organization. So there is that. Again, so to finish this video, I hate to complain, but I also find it important to tell things as they are, whether they're good or negative, so we can tell you what has happened on that particular day, and you at the end of the day can also make your own judgment and see for yourself. But never again, and hopefully not only this event never again, but hopefully never again a last day of TF like it was. Except for the pancakes. They were cool. Thank you very much, Devil's Diner.
I'm pretty upset that I missed the last day of TF because we was dealing with the
not even the bureaucracy.
I was going to say other words, but monetization. Yeah.
Oh yeah, good.
But yeah, it's just it was a mess. I wouldn't advise anyone to take part.
No, exactly. That's it.
Waste of time.
Thanks for watching. Hope you guys are going to have a great week. Tomorrow I'll be filming the construction works at the Nürburgring because the track will not be longer open this season because they start renovating the main straight. So there's going to be that. Not sure if the video will be published also tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, but it is coming soon. And maybe since it's winter and we're going to have winter content, we will do something about it.
There's a lot of winter content.
There's a lot of winter content.
There's a lot of winter content.
There's coming that. So thanks for watching and see you in tomorrow's video regardless. Thanks.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.